What is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to another video on a chart that you don't normally see from me. It is pretty early in the morning, so don't blame the low energy or the sore sounding throat. But I decided recently that I've been only trading gold for the longest time during Asia session, and partly due to the fact that I just don't feel like waking up in the morning. And I realized that that is just kind of laziness. Like, there's nothing preventing me from trading New York session, even if it be on gold. But what I decided I'm going to start doing is trading NQ futures in the morning during New York session, and then in the evenings I would still be trading my live account on gold. And so I kind of just split up and hop back into futures and see how it goes. So I haven't looked at the charts in a while, so I'm not sure even how it operates, whether it respects the higher time frames like gold does. But I'm going to do a quick little weekly recap, weekly analysis, what to expect from based off of what happened so far. So I feel like this is just Tuesday's range, and it's still unclear based off of where this daily candle closes. So remember, I always start from the daily time frame, the highest time frame. So if there's something on the monthly, you got to use that. Which we do have some stuff on the monthly here. Scale down to the weekly, we have a rally gap on the weekly time frame. The only thing that's preventing us from actually running down there would be the objective to go higher towards all-time highs, because we're obviously expanding here. And what I just noticed on the weekly time frame is that we rebalanced the previous wick, so we can definitely get some more buy side before we run down. So scaling down to the daily, even though it looks like we dipped down below and closed below this daily FEG, I feel like it's still going to push price much higher, because it also, in this move that came down, it rebalanced the weekly FEG. You guys see that? So that came and overlapped with the previous wick. Not the previous week, but 2 weeks ago, that wick, so that no new for rally gap forms. So that's a bullish confluence, and it definitely makes sense why it expanded up towards buy side from here. And then you just scale down and try to find a setup. So it obviously tapped the FEG on the lower time frame, and then if you keep scaling down, you'd see that there's a 1 hour FEG right there. Excuse me. So this 1 hour FEG is what I would be using for my confluence to go long. And there you go. We already see we are expanding from this. We also tap this lower one right here. And let's see price continue. I gotta blow my nose real quick. That is not going to be cut out of the video because I don't feel like it. Let's hop into gold. Already up 200 on my first NAS trade. Can you believe that? I'm holding that, John. Set and forget type stuff. Okay, so on gold, gold's doing great by itself as well. So what's happening on gold? What am I expecting? Why is this happening? And that would be Monday's range ran all the way down, but did not stop and close here. So what happened on Monday is that it swept this low, and right below this low there was a IFEG that it didn't tap into. You see that? So when the first time it came up around, this was super bullish, and so I ended up expanding all the way back, but still respecting this bearish reaper. So I was expecting still sell side, and I was looking for that, and that's what I was calling out on stream. We could pull up the stream right now just for the receipts. But yeah, I created a new account for my live account as well, so I think I'll be trading live on NAS as well. But if we go to the live stream, where we respect, look at that. So I'm already bearish on this because I'm expecting that on the daily, I usually analyze it in the first. There you go. So I'm expecting it to run down below this thing. Because of the higher time frame context that I'm looking for it to run down on the monthly to rebalance, and then the 3 month. So I'm bearish long term, and then I was just kind of hopping in on the lower time frame looking for a setup, and that setup was presented to us during Asia session, because during Asia session yesterday, what did we get? We got the most beautiful setup of all time. We got that expansion towards buy side in the opposite direction, and then we created a 30-minute fair value gap while it was expanding buy side, and we closed below it, then tapped into it. You guys see that? Respecting that 30-minute, and then just cooking. That cooked Asia, and then London actually had the high of the day, and then we just expanded during New York session. I woke up this morning, saw that it was running. I even caught a banger. It was like $3,500 on the 2 lots that I had on my live account. And then I caught some extra trade, just like from like 3,315 down to 3,310, because that was the high of the daily IFG, just in case that's where I actually wanted to close, up here, 3,310. So, and then I'm just holding some partials, and I'm expecting, now that the daily candle actually closed below, now we have something to work with, and we have confirmation that we're going to sell off. So I'm expecting it to continue selling off, getting a lot of sell side, and our next target would be closing below this daily FVG right here. So I want to see it draw into that this week. I want to see the sell side. I'm not sure if the next daily candle will tap into this, but if it does, we're looking for sells. We know what's happening. This would also be a bearish Reaper once this closes back below it. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity for sells. I'm going to be ready to execute on these sells. And then during the mornings, you'll probably catch me in silver bullet streams on NQ. I'm still figuring it out. Like, I still have to figure out how it works, what my model is going to be for NQ. But it's going to be very similar to Chris's model, because we see the market from like a similar perspective. And so we're going to have the same trades some of the days. But then you'll see some days we don't have the same trades, and that might be from just a different way that I view the markets from him. And that's completely normal. Anyways, that's it for this weekly analysis. It's what I'm looking for. The daily range on gold seems to be finished already. I don't want to be looking for any more sells, and I also don't want to be looking for buys, because it can just close right here. Worst case, why I don't want to sell is because it can also pull back up to close inside of it. Totally could happen, and I don't want to be a part of that. So I'll catch you guys in the next trading day. Maybe I'll make a video after securing some profit. But yeah, I'll catch you guys soon. Peace out.